every week at Business at Breakfast, one of the members gets to speak to everybody. Tell us, they get to speak and tell us more about what it is that they do. So they get to tell us further insights into themselves, into their business. They could problem solve, seek assistance from the group as a collective. The time is theirs to use however they would like. I had someone in mind. Well, I haven't had anyone lined up for a couple of weeks. One is people haven't put their hands up. I've reached out a few times. I'm about to start pointing fingers. I was hoping a particular person would show up today. He hasn't as yet. It's not to say he's not turning up to the second meeting. It's just a timing issue based on time zone, and a few other things. So if that person had been here, he'd be speaking. But since he's not, I am going to the crowd and I'm going to point at someone and I'm going to give you instructions on how I want you to speak. Oh, there he is back there. Santa, you're up. See, here's what happens. Failure to say yes means I'll just pull you out of the crowd. Now, I'm going to show everybody this, right? So Santa's got up to 8 minutes to tell us more about what it is that he does. He doesn't have to use the whole 8 minutes because we're going to ask questions, but he does have up to 8 minutes. Kathy's going to set a timer. Now, usually most people have we first have a coaching session first in regards to this when it's somebody's turn to speak, and we talk about the angle from which you're going to speak to elicit questions about your work from a particular way from the audience. But I can do this very cold and in that Santa's not been prepped in advance. And I can prep him right now. I do know that sometimes people get anxious about, oh God, I have to speak in front of a crowd. But I'm going to show you how easy this is, right? Well, I've picked someone who likes speaking anyway, but I'll show you how easy this is. This is what I want you to do, Santa. There's 29 of us here. So as a result, you're one amongst 29, which means that while we can see that you're Santa and we heard you say Santa, we may not completely remember your elevator pitch and which one you are really amongst the crowd. So I want you to start with your elevator pitch to remind us who you are and what you do. I know inside your elevator pitch, you tell us a couple of things, but you tell us one thing of which you sell. So in your elevator pitch, I want you to tell us what you sell, right? And then what you sell, how much it costs, type of person that buys it, and give us a quick history of how did that happen? How is it that you got to selling that thing? And then stop talking. So just an elevator pitch with what you sell, how much it costs and who buys it. Then the history of how it is that you come to selling that. Stop talking. We will have questions. You're up.
I can figure that out. I was on a podcast with 390,000 people the other day, so this is okay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you, Misty, for this wonderful opportunity. I am Santa Papa John, and I am a Santa that thinks outside the gift box. Yes, I'm not normal. I'm outside the gift box. I do one of a kind happy birthday videos. I do Santa check-in videos, but the Santa approved one is the biggest new one. Wouldn't it be cool to have Santa on your marketing team? Santa's been around for 1,753 years. Don't I look good? And he's the #1 promoted character in the world. So, as part of my subscription services that I provide, I get to do videos to promote your business. Is that enough, or you want more?
No, that's good. Tell us, how did you get into that? How did this come about?
Which part? Being Santa or doing the Santa approved?
Doing the Santa approved stuff. Like, how did that happen? Well, give us a quick history of how you became Santa, and then how you did these, how you moved from Santa to
when
this.
I met my new wife, she looked at me and she said, "You're not John, you're Santa." I said, "You're crazy. I hate Christmas." She said, "Nobody hates Christmas." So the short story is, she gave me a handful of candy cane and said, "Next time you see some kids that are squawking, go talk to them and see what happens." So of course I'm walking through the store in the wintertime. I got a big black winter coat on. I got black pants. I got black tennis shoes on. There is no red. There's no white except the white beard on my face. So I talked to these kids. I peek around the corner and I said, "Hey, are you supposed to be squawking back to mom like that?" Because they were shopping with mom. And of course they looked at me, they looked at mom, they looked at me, and they went, "Santa, what are you doing here?" And I went, "Listening to some kids that want to be put on the naughty list." No, 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 no. So the conversation went, they changed their attitude. They apologized to mom. And of course, I asked mom if they could have some candy cane. And of course, mom said yes. So I handed them the candy cane and I just said, "Remember, you never know when Santa's going to be walking around the corner. So you got to change your attitude." And I walked away. And mom, of course, followed me and said, I thank you, sir, because I don't know what you did, but I think you just made shopping enjoyable for the rest of the afternoon. Santa's been born. Santa's amazing. Santa has changed my life in the fact that this is how I dress. She's amazing. She's a seamstress, so she makes all these wonderful shirts for me. And I get to eh, be Santa year round. I don't just play Santa, I am Santa, which is incredible because the way I talk, the way I walk, the way I interact with people, I make people smile, and we need more of that in this world.
Excellent. So you said you do some videos, so some Santa videos for like birthdays and things like that. What's that?
Absolutely. I do one of a kind happy birthday videos and I do Santa check-in videos. And neither one of those have to be for children. They can be for seniors. And I was talking to a young lady a couple weeks ago and she slapped my hand. She said, "Are you marketing your Santa check-in videos to seniors?" And I went, one of those learning moments that we all learn in network marketing. And if you don't learn, you're a fool because you're not accepting the reality of how powerful networking can be. She said that she had a mother that loved Christmas and loved the idea of Santa and would have loved to have a video from Santa to make her smile because she was housebound for the last 5 years of her life. So I said, now I've changed my marketing a little bit and now I promote to seniors as well.
Excellent. How much does that cost for a Santa check-in video? Starting price,
$40 US.
$40. Excellent. All right. And it sent us like a YouTube link, is it?
That is correct. So that nobody else gets them, especially if they're dealing with children. We don't want children's, IDs and locations given away. So it's a private link that's only sent to you and you can share it to your family members.
Excellent. Okay. And this Santa approved business thing, how much is that and how did this come about?
Well, this came about on the premise of talking with other networking people. I do go to a weekly meeting like yours where we're all friends and I've done videos for them and it came about that, hey Santa, we got to figure a way that you actually like us. So we started talking after the meeting and someone started talking about words and somebody said Santa approved and I went, hold it, there's the word. So of course after the meeting, I went and talked to my wife. She loved the idea. We sent the SOS meeting to the granddaughter, said, hey, can you make a badge? Because this is the idea I'm sort of looking at, and it has sprouted legs and growing fun. It has even gone to the seriousness of being trademarked. Paperwork has been sent in for the trademark. So now I'm developing a community of like-minded, positive people. I mean, we're getting tired of dealing with crabby old pants, as some of the people like to call some miserable people that haven't had the best of luck in their businesses. But if we could have positive, like-minded peoples, and it starts at a simple price of cheaper than 2 cups of coffee and 2 donuts from Starbucks, $25 US.
I know a
Um,
donut and a milkshake here is $16. So
well, there you go. Yes, there you go.
there you
So of
go.
course I'm developing packages for different sizes of business and of course corporations. So not sure where it's going to go, but we're having fun with it and we're making people smile. And that's the interesting part.
Excellent. All right. I'm going to open it up to the floor. Who has some questions for Santa? Yep. Sarah Troy.
Hi, Sandra. Clearly, I want to interview you because I think that cheer is something that we need to spread around completely. And so you can work with people and send this to anyone in the world, right?
That is correct. And I just sent you a message because you're a Canuck, I believe. And so am I
Okay,
originally.
great. I'm going to pick up that message. And I think that, Santa isn't just for December. I think, we need the Santa cheer all year round. And, any reason to smile. I don't think people get enough reasons to smile these days. Everybody's so serious. So thank you for sharing the smiles and keeping it economical where people can afford it and it's not out of reach, because that's very, very important. So I will be in reach for you there.
Thank you for saying
Excellent.
that. And then that's what my wife really insists that no matter how big this gets, one step at a time. Well, I'm never going
Exactly.
to forget the little people because they are the people that started me out.
Yep, they're the foundation.
It can't get too big. I mean,
Absolutely.
Santa's in charge of all the kids on the planet.
Well,
So
absolutely.
really. I mean,
Absolutely.
it can't get too big. It's only as big as all the kids on the planet, right? And all of us adults, we're all kids because you know there was a parent out there somewhere. So you're only in charge of 8 billion at the moment.
There's
So
not an age limit to
not an
believing
age limit. I
and
agree.
sharing about happiness. Miss Kathy's proud to display her badge on her backdrop, I see. And you know, the more people that joins. Now, Misty, you're so big on networking. Can you imagine what it would be like if you were to join my community in a month or so when I've got 3, 4, 500 people in the
I have to
community?
work out where to badge it. I can't put things in my
No, no,
background.
hang
I have
on.
to print it off and just chuck it on the
Yeah,
wall. You know?
but the point is, I'm gonna make it as part of my subscription service that you have to go like and comment on the new people that joined up. So all of a sudden you join up and then in the next 2 days you get 500 new followers or whatever the number is. How powerful would that be as a statement?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. All right, I am watching the time. Is there got time for one more question if anyone's got one? Yep, Joe.
Sorry, Sandra, I forgot how much your subscription was again.
$25 a month US.
Terrific. Thank you.
Excellent.
And thank you for
Thank
asking.
you. Thank you so much, Santa, for being our speaker today. Thank you for just ad lib straight off the cuff. See, guys, it's pretty easy. And thank you, audience, for participating as well.
And thank you, Misty, for this opportunity. I truly appreciate it. And thanks for all the great questions. And ho, 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 Merry Christmas. There's never enough happiness in the world.
Oh, I know. And July's coming for those who just want to put their tree up for no reason whatsoever. Christmas in July, just do it.